welcome to the channel. This is going to be a Hobby Lobby haul. I went recently and had quite a spree, so let's get started. So the actual reason that we went to Hobby Lobby in the first place was to get matting for this piece, which I tend to prefer matting to frames because it's a lot lighter, so you can stick it to your wall with a lot less, something that has a lot less force, plus it's a lot cheaper. This was like $5. So yeah, a frame would have been a lot more than that. This is a piece by Charlie Bell, or Magician Bell. She's got a YouTube channel and I draw a lot of inspiration from her, and this is one of her original pieces, so I wanted to get it all nice for putting on the wall. And it just so happens that right next to the frames there's a lot of paint supplies and actually a big Copic marker section, and with that I found these two, which are, what's that say? They're Pilot brand. They were $4. They're markers, and they're paint markers, which I've basically been looking for little painting markers or painting pens that will to add like little details to my watercolor paintings, because a lot of pens, they kind of fade in with what's already on the paper, and I really wanted something so that I could add little highlights that would be very contrasting with what's already on the paper. And so these paint pens, that's exactly what they're designed to do. And I've tried out the silver one. I used it in a video, which I'll link below, and it worked very well. I was very happy with it. Much like my other paint markers that I have that are sparkly, they take a very long time to get the paint into the tip. You have to shake it a ton and press the tip in a lot. Just shake it a lot more than you would think you would, but once it gets going the first time, you only have to do that once, and then for the rest of its lifetime it works really well. So far as I have experienced, anyway. And then I was walking along and happened to find the aisle of glitter, and so obviously my eye was caught, and I stood quite a long time in that aisle deciding what glitter exactly I wanted, but I ended up going for pink and gold for more, you know, sophisticated sort of projects, if glitter is ever sophisticated, and pink for, you know, jazzing up fairies and butterflies and that kind of thing. I also used both of these in the same video that I used this in, so you can see that if you want to see how it worked. And I used this glue with it, which this was in the same aisle as the glitter, so it was readily available, and this also worked very well. It dried quickly, but not too quickly that I wasn't able to get the glitter on there. It was relatively cheap. It was one of the cheaper brands, and it still works very well. But it dried quickly enough that I didn't have to leave it there on the paper for a long time before I could touch it or do anything with it, or dump the glitter off. So it all worked very well, and I'm very happy with it. And also, across from the glitter in the same aisle, I found these, and they're unicorn paintbrushes, and I don't need more paintbrushes. I have a big number of paintbrushes of every kind that I could possibly want, at least at the moment. There's none that I was particularly looking for, but you know, I saw these and I had to have them. There were also what are they? Mermaid ones, so they had like little fish tails, elongated fish tails that were their same length, but they were like green and blue instead of pink and gold, and there they are, and they're just really lovely, and lovely colors and lovely patterns. So I got the small kit. There was one of like 10 brushes, so I could have gotten that, but I didn't. I restrained myself because I didn't need any more brushes. I just had to have a couple of these. So those are a lot of fun. See, the trouble with Hobby Lobby is you're just minding your own business looking for something you actually need, like my my markers, I was actually looking for those, and my matting, I was actually looking for that. But then you look down the other aisles, and then you see other things that you didn't need, but you realize that you want, like silly paintbrushes and all of this. Because at the end of the aisle with the glitter and the paintbrushes was, where's the light? There's the light. Hobby Lobby has these doll houses. This Mayberry Street miniatures stuff, and they have big giant doll houses, which I will never get. But they're very nice and intricate and beautiful, and they also have all these accessories, which these accessories just so happen to be the right size to go with my little Playmobil, which are a little German toy that is the best toy ever, and they're about this size. So and yes, I still occasionally play with them. Usually about once a year I arrange a big Christmas feast for them, and it gives me all the feels because I also made up stories about my little toys, and so they remind me of all the characters that are assigned to each of the dolls' personas, and they all have a nice family togetherness thing, so it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. So yeah, I got some books and some more books and some feasty bits and some, what are these called? Wreaths. And then right next to that, when I was a kid, got an American Girl doll. This is her. I've just got one because they're expensive. And the clothes are also very expensive, so I tend to buy for her clothes that are not American Girl brand. So like this whole outfit, I saw the pink and had to have it. It also came with this jacket, but of course when she's wearing the little jean jacket, it covers up a fair amount of the pink, so why would you do that? And so it came with this dress, headband, jacket, little belt, and I bought the boots separately because they are so cute. They got little bows on them and they're soft, and it all fit really perfectly. So they have their own brand of doll, which is called, anyway, they have their own brand that if I can find the packaging I'll put it in the description or in text, but it's clearly designed to be the same size as American Girl dolls. And so you can get clothes like this for like, I think it was $14, no, like $10 for the dress and jacket and that outfit, and then like $7 for the shoes instead of like $30 and $20. So much more affordable, and I get to have a pretty pink dress for my doll. And I found this across from the baking cups, you know, like the cupcake cups. And there was just this, which is a clipboard on the cover of a notepad. As you can see, I've already drawn a little bit on it, which this, I've been looking so much for a notepad. Not a notepad specifically, but like a pretty drawing book. And one that's a nice paper that you can erase on well, because my last sketchbook I had trouble erasing. And something that's relatively inexpensive but also pretty, so I'll enjoy using it. And this fit all of those requirements, and so I got it, even though I just got 2 other new sketchbooks. But this will be for different kinds of pieces because those ones are a lot smaller, so this will be a lot better for designing big pieces that I can then very easily, because these pages tear out, I can very easily use my light box to transfer bigger drawings to not sketchbook paper, to watercolor paper. And so that's my Hobby Lobby haul. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye bye!